Hello everyone, welcome back to Base Damage. I hope you are all doing well. We're going to be continuing looking over the Musume cards, and I wanted to put a video specifically for the trial deck stuff itself, because to be completely and totally honest, it actually warrants its own discussion, because there are a lot of cards in both of these trial decks that I do feel are going to be very, very meta relevant in some shape, form, or fashion, especially in the second one. So I figure it's good to go ahead and point them out and take a look at them today. So that is what we're going to be doing. So with the first one, it is yellow-green, and we're going to take a look at least at the climax combos as well as a couple of the other cards that I do feel warrant talking about. Let's just start right, obviously, with the Ogre Cap is able to assist and is able to send itself to be able to dig for cards, trying to grab your Umas and whatever you need. Really good. The Teo just gets big. A battle opponent becomes reversed. You reveal the top card of your deck if it's level 2 or higher character. You add it to hand, which is kind of nice, but it's kind of whatever. Oversized gold ship. You cannot play events or backups from hand while she's on the field. It's whatever. The special weak climax combo is a 1/0/4K. During your turn, if you have another Musume character, this gets 3K, so she'll be a 7. And with the choice trigger in play, she'll be at 8. Which is very important because when the battle opponent becomes reversed, so already some people are going to be kind of turned away from this because of the reversing. If you have the choice in play and you have another click off, and you have another choose up to one in your waiting room, add it to hand. Then, until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains the following 2 abilities. Firstly, during your opponent's turn, this gets 1500 power, so she will sit 55 defensively before anything else, which I do like to have a little bit of defense there. But if nothing else, she still will obtain character encore. So you can reuse the effect kind of over and over each turn, assuming you draw into the choices or whatever. But once again, this is assuming you can reverse each turn. So just keep that in mind. It is something that you do have to worry about. This is not the climax combo you're going to want to be running, though. The level 1 climax combo of the second deck is going to be the much more highly used one. But this is, like I said, still want to point it out. Winning ticket is 1/0, gets big, and has character encore. Funny enough, the Mayona Top Gun vanilla is going to see some use in a moment here. We'll come back to her, just saying. 1/1 Super Creek gets big for each of your other back row and it gives all of your other Umas 500 global. Assist Haru, honestly, you might still see this a little bit in play just because level assist and has an act to rest, draw a card, discard a card, filtering. They have a 3/2 Mijiro McQueen. If you have 2 or more other Umas, this gets 25, so she'll be an 11/5 with character encore. Honestly, that's not anything to really scoff at. It does get pretty big. It'd be kind of funny to like stand by this in and just have it sit as a wall, 11/5 with character encore, just kind of funny. Place on stage from hand, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 card amongst them, add it to hand, send the rest to waiting room. Neat little digging effect. Funny enough, we actually have to talk about this nice nature real quick. This is one of 3 cards on the Japanese restriction list for Uma. There is a choice of this nice nature, a particular event, the 3/0 yellow event, and then a particular level 1, oh my goodness, I can't think of her name. Future me, just put a picture up on screen. But it is between those 3 cards, and this is one of them. First off, it has a bond with the vanilla that we mentioned before. Put the top card of your on play, put the top card of your deck into clock to search for the vanilla 1/0. Because this just says bond, I don't know if this is search from deck or if this is salvage. I just don't remember off the top of my head. But it does grab you back the vanilla Mayona. So some of the deck builds that I've seen are just running 1 random copy of this Mayona Top Gun just to have. Then you can just use it for discard fodder or whatever the hell you need. But the main reason you do run her, obviously, is she has an act ability to discard a card and sack herself to grab back an Uma from waiting room. So being able to reuse a couple particular Umas is just very, very strong. And the other 1/0 that's on the choice restriction list is honestly so powerful, it kind of warrants the, hey, let me grab it back to use it again and try to dig more. So it's understandable. But like I said, so this is one of the cards you are going to be picking up. So Agnes Tachyon, during your turn, all of your other Umas get 500, and your typical Brainstorm, pay 1, arrest this, mill 5. The Daiwa Scarlet is a Placed on stage from hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an Uma, add it to hand and then discard a card. Honestly, not horrible. Also, placed on stage, you get to give an Uma 15, which this, I guess, actually matters for the special week because since you have to reverse. We have a Matekane Fuku Kitaru, free 2k backup. A 2-1 vodka on attack, it gets buff, and it has character encore. The 3-2 Silent Suzuka is another one that kind of shows up in some of the deck builds I've been given. It is a 3-2 9k. Place on stage from hand, heal 1, and this turn she gets 3k, so she'll be sitting at 12. The reason she sits so big is her climax combo is with a +2 soul. When this attacks, if you have the +2 climax in your climax area, and you have another Uma character, you can pay 1 stock. If you do, deal 2 damage to your opponent, and this turn, this gets -1 soul. What that ends up doing is she goes from a 4 soul back to a 3 soul. So once again, it is like instead of doing 4 damage, it is putting her down to normal level 3 climax combo numbers typically. So very nice there. And it's just funny for obviously being able to rot the +2 soul. I've seen a little bit of this get played, but not too terribly much. It's mainly one of the events in the next deck. The 2-0 event, if you have 1 or less Umas, this can't be played from hand. If you have 2 or less memory, this goes to memory. If this is in your memory at the start of your main phase, this gets the following ability, which is an act to send this card from memory to waiting room to summon one of the 3-2 Silent Suzukas in your hand and place it on any stage, and this turn it gets 1,000 power. So just being able to play it for no cost, you get all the stuff. It's just really nice. So it's just really funny that you basically just drop it in and it just waits like a turn or 2 depending on when you hit level 3. If this is in your, if you put this into your memory and then you stay at level 2 for a whole turn, you can just summon the Silent Suzuka at level 2, which is kind of funny. But that's the +2 soul for that. All right, moving on to the second deck, and this is a red-blue trial deck, and this is going to be the more highly coveted one by far. So we have a Yana Muteki on play, pitch an Uma, draw 1 card. Your typical pay 1 rest, this mill 5 brainstormer, draw, typical trial deck brainstormer. Admire Vega up to once per turn when you use an act, choose an Uma, give it 1,000 power, which does work if you use a backup, you can give an additional 1,000 power. So imagine turning a free 2k backup into a 3k backup because of this. Just obviously once per turn, but that's still just funny. Also, when your other Uma is frontaled, you can pay 1, sack this to return that character to hand. Honestly, very useful and will definitely see some use with some other cards. Matekane Tannhauser Hoisa. Place on stage from hand, pay 1, pitch 1, salvage back an Uma, and give one of your other Umas 1,000 power. You can rest this to give another Uma 1,000 power till end of turn. TM Opera O. This is like your typical standby 1-1 target. It becomes a 75 with character encore, but I know there's other 1-1 standby targets in the set, but this is one of them that could be nice if you so run that. Marvelous Sunday, 2-135 that gets 10k during your turn, so she becomes a 13-5. She's big for no reason. Narita Brian, level assist, and you can rest this to give one of your characters 1,000 power. Kita-san Black, very cute, is a 3-2 10k. During your turn, she gets 2k. On attack, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is an Uma character, deal X damage to your opponent equal to that character's level. And yes, if you just reveal level 0, you go, cool, burn for 0, but I mean, it's whatever. But this is another just neat little card, just kind of there, but still. This Mejiro Ryan has a bond with a particular Mejiro Bright coming up, and during your turn, that particular vanilla Mejiro Bright gets 2k power, so it can bond with it and also be able to buff it a little bit here. Let's go ahead and show that one off. It's at 31, so it's this particular Mejiro Bright. Actually, this is the it's not this card, but there's another Mejiro Bright level 1 card that is on the choice restriction list. I just remembered that was the name of it. Next we have Sakura Chiono O. It is a level 0 assist in front, gives 1,000 power to level 0 characters in front of it. And it has one of the inheritance abilities, which you are going to be using that quite a bit. And it's like inheritance is a big thing for the entire set. Basically, when you play another Uma, you can slot this and 1 more marker underneath this card under that new Uma that just got played as markers. And a lot of the Umas in the set gain extra effects, or you have to have markers to complete your climax combos and stuff. So, as such, we will be showing one coming up in a little bit here. The Bakushin is if you have 2 or more other Umas, this gets 2k, so we're seeing at 35, and it has inheritance as well. The 1/0 Sakura Laurel is if this card has a marker underneath it and you have 2 or more other Umas, this gets 3k power. So once again, if you have a marker under her, she gets extra buff. So she becomes a 6/5. Continuous, if you have 2 or more other Umas, this gets an extra 2k on top of that. And it's not during your turn, it's just in general. This becomes a 1/0/8/5. Just saying. So if you like, this is just one of those big things. This is not the one that I was hinting towards. That's the next card coming up here. But this is a very crazy wall that you can do. When this is sent from stage to waiting room, mill 2 cards. If you milled a climax, you can discard a card to salvage back any one character. All right, the big card that everyone needs to know about. Obviously, if you're in the know, you already know about Satono Diamond. It's a 1/0/4k. During your turn, if you have 2 or more other Uma Musume characters, this gets plus 4k power. So she sits at 8k by herself because her climax is a stock soul. On attack, if you have the stock soul climax in your climax area, and you have 2 or more other Uma Musume characters, look at up to 5, count them, 5 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to X Uma Musume characters from amongst them, show it to your opponent, add them to your hand. X is equal to 2 if there's a marker underneath this, otherwise it's 1. So if she has no markers, she digs 5 and you grab 1 Uma character. But if you have a marker under her from the inheritance effect of somebody else, you get to add 2 Umas off of that for no cost whatsoever. I mean, the cost is you probably paid extra cards from hand for the inheritance effects, like, oh, let me toss down an extra Sakura Bakushin O, let me toss down an extra Sakura Chiono O, or something of that nature. But there's also, like, in the original, in the booster set, there's a Sakura Chiono O Brainstormer that everyone's going to be using. It has inheritance. There's another Bakushin that has inheritance. And the Mejiro Bright that I mentioned that is in the set that is also on the pick 1 of 3 restricted list. In addition to her other really good effects, she has inheritance as well. So all of that's just going to be kind of mixed together. You're going to have the inheritance cards, and you're going to be able to get, as like your Satono Diamonds with markers, you can expend your entire hand, do this climax combo, and just completely refill your hand. It's actually insane. I found this out testing against Weiss Schwarz, and it's very, very powerful. So this is the main climax combo you are going to see everywhere. Everyone and their mother is going to be running this. Just saying. Literally, like, the meta deck is going to be this combo with the level 3 Kurin-chan from the set. So, just saying. There's this. There's other good combos in the set, don't get me wrong. This is one of the biggest ones, though. The vanilla, the Mejiro Arden. When you use this card's backup, if all of your characters are Uma, you can put the top card of your deck in your stock, and it's 2k backup. The Narita Top Road is another one that I do feel kind of like warrants a little bit of talking about. On play, heal 1 when the pants is placed in your climax area, if this is in your front row, has a marker underneath it, and you have a full field of Uma. This gets the following ability. Up to 1 time per turn, if this card's damage is cancelled, you may burn for 3. If that 3 gets cancelled, you can burn for 1. So a little bit extra burn here, and I've seen some budget builds where people do use the Narita Top Road. The last card that I do definitely has to be talked about because I do see several of the decks that I was sent for some really cool deck list had this particular event. It is a 2/3 blue counter event. If you have 5 or more Uma Musume characters, choose 1 battling character. This turn it gains the following ability. This cannot deal damage to players. Also choose one of your characters. It gets 1500 power. This is literally Darkness Plan from To Love Ru. And just being able to go, cool, pay 3, you cannot damage me. Now, obviously, this targets. So if that character has hexproof, obviously you're not going to be able to use this on it. But if they don't have hexproof, you can go, cool, make it so you just don't deal damage this turn. And it could possibly just save and win you the game because of that. So this is what people refer to as a money counter. You're paying stock just to be like, nope, no damage. So, which is very simple because like a lot of your climax combos for the meta stuff are not like super stock intensive. So like you can easily run this without much issue at all. The pants for the Narita Top Road and the stock soul for the Satono Diamond. I had to think of her name. But yeah, also it has really cool artwork behind me. I realize you can't really see that, but so well. But they're overframe rares. I don't think there's any SPs. There's a lot of triple rares. I don't remember if there was any SPs in either of these trial decks. So it's just the overframe rares. That's kind of cool. To each their own. It's all good. But yeah, this is probably the biggest one that definitely needed talking about. Was definitely the Satono Diamond. I know for a fact, like this, everybody's gonna be getting this. This is gonna be like the most expensive card out of all the trial decks. Like, let's be real. So, but it is still just a trial deck card, so you can pick this up very easily and use it for, honestly, for like any deck. It's just so good, as long as you have the other proper inheritance cards, which also should not be a problem. Just saying. But that is going to be it for us today. Like I said, I already talked about the main booster set in the last video, and I do highly recommend going and checking that out. I know it's a little bit lengthy, but there's a lot of really neat cards in UMA. This is just one set. We have the confirmed date now for the movie set as well, and that is going to be later this year. We are getting it when that set drops as well. I think it's going to be great, so that'll be really fun. I will definitely be picking up UMA. I'm too addicted to the game as it is. So thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, and as always, remember to stay based.